First, we add the cocoa.
Step 2.
Next, add hot water, but make sure you ask an adult to help you.
Step 3.
Next, add some milk.
Step 4.
Mix, mix, mix.
So, a long time ago, in a faraway land, there was this man. His name was Sheila. And Sheila, his job, he was a simple Jew. His job was just, taking the milk around, giving to each family. And even though he was such a simple Jew and he didn't do so much, he was always such a happy person. He was always smiling, going to everyone, here's your milk, have a good day. And everyone just really liked him. One day, everyone just noticed that he was down, and for the next few days, he just was always looking sad. And then people started asking, Sheila, what's wrong? Why are you so sad? And he said, I have to tell you something. I have a son. His name is David. And David, he's a very big Talmid Chacham, as you can see from his hat. He would learn all the time, and one day he just became sick. And Sheila took him to the doctors. And the doctors were checking him with the stethoscope, with everything, trying to find a cure. And they were looking, and what did they say? They were like, sorry, but we tried everything. There was nothing to do for him. So Sheila was on a mission. He's like, no, this is my son. I'm going to find a cure for him. So he went from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor. And every single doctor said the same thing. I'm sorry, but your son actually really has very little time to live. So that was why Sheila was looking so sad. And he was walking around doing his job all sad because he really wanted to find a cure for his son, David. So then Sheila continued doing his job and going through his day-to-day life, davening to Hashem, and he just was looking for a cure until suddenly he heard an announcement. Someone made an announcement that all of a sudden the doctor of the king came to town. And Sheila got so excited. Finally, there's one more thing that I could do, a chance for my son to get better. So he's like, I must go. So he runs, he tells his wife, he's like, I'm going, there might be a chance that we could help David. So he runs and he goes to this doctor. And he goes up the steps, he knocks on the door, and the doctor wasn't there, but a security guard. And he's like, where do you think you're going? And he's like, David's just like, I'm going to see the doctor. And the security guard's like, no, excuse me, there are so many people in front of you, much fancier people. What are you gonna have to give to this doctor? He has more important people to see. You just look like some person off the streets. So Sheila, so sad. His one chance, he thought he had one last chance, and that is broken too. He's like, no, I will not give up. And he sees a side door, and he goes around there, and he's knocking on the door. He's knocking and screaming, and no one's answering. He's like, please help me, I'm desperate. It's my only chance. And no one answers. And he starts weeping and crying, and like, why, Hashem? This is my one thing. Please help me. He knew obviously Hashem's the only one to help him, but please, like, this was his one chance. And then someone hears him.
This rabbi who's busy sitting inside and learning all day, he hears someone crying outside his window. So he stops what he's doing and he goes to see, and over there he sees Sheila and he's busy crying. So he turns to Sheila and he's like, what's wrong? Like, how can I help you? So Sheila stops crying and he explains the whole story to him, and he's like, I went to try and get the king's doctor to help my son who's very, very sick, and the secretary wouldn't let me in, and now I really, really need help from Hashem because there's nothing else that I can do. So this holy rabbi tells Sheila not to worry, and he says that he's going to go to the king and he's going to try and get the king's doctor to come and help Sheila. So off he goes, and he comes to the secretary, and now the secretary sees that there's this holy man standing in front of him, and it's not this like old normal person. So he's like, okay, fine, you can go in and you can see the king's doctor. So this rabbi comes in and he sees the doctor and he's like, look, I know that someone just came in here and they really, really need a cure for their son, but is there anything that you can do? He's like, imagine that it's a king in front of you. If you know that the king is dying, you think of absolutely every single thing that you could do to possibly cure the king. So there has to be something. So the doctor thinks and he thinks and he thinks, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I have an idea. There's one thing that we could maybe do, but it's really, really hard. he said that there's this very, very rare bird that only the king could really catch because they have a special equipment. But if you somehow were able to find the bird and catch the bird, then you take the liver out of the bird and you cook it down, and that makes a medicine that might be able to help the boy. But he tells the rabbi, he's like, don't get your hopes up because this bird is really, really hard to find. So the rabbi turns to the doctor and he's like, yes, brilliant. And then all of a sudden, while he's busy thanking the doctor, he hears pecking at the window, and he looks to the left and he sees that at the window is this bird and it's pecking and it's trying to come inside. So he's shocked and he opens the window and the bird jumps inside and walks over to like a pot that's in the doctor's room. And everyone's shocked because the bird is basically telling everyone exactly what they have to do. And this doctor then takes the bird and he cooks down the liver and they make a cure for David. So now Sheila was overjoyed that his son David got better, and he realized straight away that the only reason David got better was through the hand of Hashem, because every other doctor told him that there was nothing they could do, and all of a sudden, through a miracle, his son David got better. And we learned from the story, it happened in the month of Iyar, and today is Rosh Chodesh Iyar, and Iyar stands for Ani Hashem Rafecha, that I'm Hashem, your healer. So this is a very special month where we can ask Hashem for refuah for anyone who needs it.
Subscribe, like, and comment.
And wait for more!